Welcome back to Factorio MSX Gigabase, where things are not all as rosy as I would like, but this is a warts and all playthrough, so we're going to try and start dealing with the warts. So one of the warts obviously is the UPS, but it's certainly not all. We have a look at production. We just haven't been quite producing our 6,000. In fact, it's down to 3,000 at the moment. And that is due to a problem we're likely to strike very soon, which is congestion. This intersection has terrible congestion, and I mean it flows all the way through down to here. We need to address that, and I'm kind of thinking I'll do that in several ways. There's actually problems with the signaling here. We're not getting quite as much through as we should because there's no signal on these bits here, here and here. So I need to actually run them up a little bit further and then have them turn, which should be possible. So that's one thing. I am thinking what I'll also do to really help this place is I'm going to eliminate this altogether. These guys, they're not that important really. They can come all the way over to here. We hardly ever will use rubbish except probably when we build this. And I want this out of the way so that I can, this is iron basically trying to escape from here, so that I can give these guys an exit sort of up this way. And I know that's actually going to be further for iron instead of just coming up here and out here, but they'll be going through a way that doesn't block this intersection. They'll be travelling straight through and then down this alternate path. And then I also want to create a bypass from about here up here, and probably we'll even connect in here. So I might just completely eliminate this altogether, which I mean the rubbish will be useful when we want to clear this, but you can always rebuild a rubbish stop. It's not that big a deal. So we'll come through here, down here, and join in here, and that will give red all the plastic and so on, plus all of the services feeding down here. And not to mention this one, an alternate access route, rather than having to fight through this incredibly overworked intersection. So there's multiple things we need to do here, and I mean what the impact it's having obviously is, if you have a look here, I mean that one's fine at the moment, so is that actually, and that, so we should be doing pretty good numbers on green circuits. 144,000. Slowly going up, 150,000. It should be actually up to about 190,000, taking into account the fact that there's only a 1.4 feed rather than a 1.5 feed as you actually need. So that is an issue. Maybe some more bots would help. I actually need more charging though. If you look, there's a constant stream of bots just sitting around here charging. So I really need to do something about these guys, take out, because those guys are charged by medium poles. So if I used medium poles along here, I don't even know what the circuit logic that comes out here is anymore. It was something that I had set up here, some fancy stuff that was needed when I was trying to do everything by combinators. So I'm glad I'm not still trying to do that, because it was a real headache each step of the way to control something as complex as this. It's a little bit easier with Lua. Anyway, lots of yak and we haven't got very far. Where actually are we? Oh, we've actually got past that intersection. Alright, well that's good. We will actually do something else then, because one other thing that we can deal with is we've got a bunch of completely redundant inserters here. The only one we actually need is this guy, and we could probably use this red circuit train. I think we have too few trains. Although actually the red circuits are struggling to load fast enough, probably because they're all waiting on green circuits. Yep, that one doesn't have any green circuits. This one, it's just had some green circuits, but it probably needs some more. And this one has no green circuits, so yeah, green circuit shortage is definitely hurting. And another stack of this is probably going to be required, but I am concerned more green circuits probably means another copper stack, and I'm not really sure where to put it because this one doesn't currently have enough obvious places to feed on. I mean, there is that, but that's only 28 million, and there is that, but it's fairly small, so hard to harvest quickly. Anyway, what we will do, I guess I will give it a generic loadout. What did it have last time? It had the mining loadout. Alright, we'll get a generic track loadout, because that is probably going to be the most useful. And we will, yes, we really do have 6 legs in at the moment. We'll head over to this remnant of the old base, because we will tidy that up first. I don't need those extra bots. I don't need all of these extra medium poles. I don't need that extra copy of that. I've got enough, whoops, I've got enough of those. Too many of those. Oh, and I don't need, that one should be down here. I don't need speed modules at the moment. Really need constant combinators either. At least that's given me a little bit of space. Anyway, we'll actually use a path. I do know how to use them. I need to make more use of them probably. This is pretty quiet through here, so I could probably get rid of a bit of this rail as well, although I'm not quite sure how much difference that would make. You can see in the original base I was quite good putting in paths, or even just bits of path. Oh, I forgot locomotives. Never mind, we'll go back for those. So these guys aren't doing anything. They can go away. Hopefully they weren't full of stuff that we really don't want them to be. Okay, so you were an iron plate weight. That makes no sense anymore. And you're a steel weight, so we can get rid of all of those. There is a little bit of steel here. Hopefully none of these are particularly full. I don't think they are, so we should be safe to remove these first 3 and their associated, well, it's about 120, fuel as well, right. 120 inserters plus the fuel, 6 by 3, 18, and about 100, close enough to 140 inserters. We've just got rid of. Well, we will have got rid of in a moment. That always helps. Even passively they use more than I really want them to. If nothing else, I guess getting rid of a little bit of this does give the trains slightly less complexity to analyze. So it looks like that has actually killed our power. We don't want that. Now these 2 as well should be able to be eliminated. I just need to add some locomotives back here since a nuke took out this part way back. So let's just run back and get a get some locomotives. should be far enough. I need 3 locomotives, thanks guys, not 5, 3. We get 5 anyway. Don't need all of those. I certainly don't need all of those at the moment. And we can probably get rid of a bit of this rail while we're about it. Probably some of these train stops as well. There's our locomotives. Let's head back. So, I've already done it, so we don't have to do it this episode, but the plastic, our million plastic supply has been completely exhausted, and I have cleaned out the plastic stops over at the very original oil. So, that is a good start. Oh, that one's missing a box. Well, we can fix that. Give it some fuel, even if it's not very good fuel. And then this one can become a standard red circuit train, which would mean it looks something like this one. That'll do, we can get rid of that. Off you go to your new job. And that means we can get rid of this side and another 64 plus 12, 76 inserters that are not giving us any benefit at all, along with their rail pathing complexity. And that just leaves this stone brick train, which I don't think has run for 50 episodes. We probably have enough stone brick, in fact, but just in case, I had better leave it. That's just a little bit of a tidy up, not just for aesthetics though, every little bit does help. Now let's tackle something a little bit more major. I would like to see green circuits consistently doing about, well, let's see, we're down to 60, and that's ridiculous because there's green at least, that's green, that's green, that's green. We obviously need greater green, so being at 60 is not working for me, so we've got to fix that congestion. Which means that, where's the landfill train? It's there. I might create a landfill stop here, which I know will get in the way of coal 5, but that's too bad. And then we'll do a chunk of landfill here. Then I'll kill this and I'll make the bypass, and then we'll do this bit. We'll see how far we get with all of this. Actually fixing this is quite important to me as well, but let's just start. Oh, and stupid biters. I don't even know where these guys are coming from at the moment, but I can't stop for 2 minutes without biters getting into the fray and annoying me. I think I'll pause and come back when the biters have been dealt with. And we're back. Okay, so I nuked something out here, which you can see this just sort of reaches out here. And we've added a few turrets here now. But you can see replacing the damage they did, I didn't actually have the speed modules on me, so that was a little bit of an annoyance, but never mind. Right, let's get back to our little project. Now, I'm kind of thinking I might combine it with a move of coal as well, so that we can come through here and then kind of diagonally cut through here, just to make sure that this path is particularly attractive. And also, we really need to start fighting these long bot travel distances. That is going to be part of our upcoming activity. Do I have lots of signals on me? I have some, and I have some track. Hopefully that's enough. We must be doing a little bit more in the factory right now. Not especially. This is the number I'm particularly interested in. I want this to be about double what it's doing at the moment, because it's affecting everything. So that's why we're doing Project Green Circuit. Let's do the most dangerous first, because it will give you guys the most opportunity for laughter if I kill myself doing silly things with train tracks. So it probably has the highest entertainment value, and maybe it will resolve quite a lot of this congestion all by itself, but see just how much stuff is coming through here. Right, let's make a dash. Okay, so first up we need to move this. Let's put that signal back a bit. Now let us move this one. I am thinking that if I go forward that much, do I have the ability to place a signal on it? I do. So that is what I need to do. Probably means that my 4x4 design is out everywhere. We can use bots for a little bit of job safety, except that I still have shields installed, so let's swap that back. A little bit of job safety. In a very busy intersection. Alright, there we go. And we need that, 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 and that. And that should have improved that path quite a lot. Let's do this one now. Oh, it's not removal that we want. It is add a new one in. Try and ignore the fact that very large trains are going by very regularly, and of course that is going to require this guy to get moved. That's okay, we can move it. It's just slightly annoying to reconnect the wires. Good opportunity for a train death, possibly. Right. That one's reconnected. Let us get rid of this section. That guy is probably totally in the wrong spot. And that one is probably in a not very good spot either. Okay, now if you go there, can we get a one of them on. We can, and we can get one on you. So that was good. There we go. Let the bots do it. We need one there. We need one there. We need one there. We need one up there. And we now have this guy. I think they're moving through this intersection a little bit faster. That certainly was the goal. Alright, let's get rid of you. And then that means you. A little bit confused as to exactly where these things need to go now, but never mind, I'm sure it will make sense very soon. If you're up there, inside, that's correct, and you go there, and you go there. Looks like we're actually further up than we need to be, though. I'm confused over whether I really need as many bits here that I have. Let's just get rid of this one. More biters. At least I have guns out here, so that's okay. This it sort of highlights the quandary you have with, if you have a reduced biter environment, you think you can avoid doing defenses, but can you? Because even just one or two little biters can be just as annoying as a whole kind of army of them. We don't need to get all the way up there. That's where you need to get to. Now, I'm not actually sure if this does need as many options as it's got, or previously had. Is there any reason why you need to be able to go down there? Or does that just make things more difficult? Anyway, let us finish the signals. Oh, come on. Oh. I used to also have one here. I might just leave it off, see if it causes any harm. Okay, so how is that? Well, it seems to have... no, it hasn't. These two are still blocked. So clearly we still need our bypass. but that does look to be slightly better. What are we doing now? We are doing 106,000 green circuits a minute. It's not that good when we should be doing closer to 190,000. And of course there'll be a bunch of, this is just getting worse and worse and worse. Never mind. At least we are getting, I mean, we're not doing it at 6,000, but we are getting science ticking over, so that's a good start. Let us incorporate into this a move here as well. I think, well, let's first of all see what this is supposed to be able to support. How many trains are coming to Coal 5? 6 trains. Well, according to my stats, that is, these aren't even, wow, these guys don't even have speed modules, and we don't have a supply here. Okay. That's a few things that we could sort out. First and foremost, in sorting out some stuff, these guys are kind of completely out of place over here. Let's move him right into there. Likewise, we don't need a guy way out there, we need a guy way in there. It's possible that they actually, that there actually was coal way out here at one point. Likewise here, you can come way in here. Okay, that's a good start. Let's get rid of a few trees, because that's always a good start as well. And we still have the rubbish stop just up here. Oh, they're going to take it away, that's fine. What is the count here? It would appear to be 232. So if we had speed modules, we've dropped to the zone where there should only really be about 4 trains coming to Coal 5, which probably isn't really enough, which could be explaining why we are getting quite a drop-off here. This one's not being used quite so heavily, but yeah, we're getting quite a drop-off here at the moment. I guess we keep the 4 stacker for now. Let's get rid of a couple of these things that make no sense anymore. That looks like my 2. I might need that one. It's probably under one of my rail blueprints, is it? Unfortunately, the this is probably why I put it over here originally, because the robo ports are on the wrong side. Let's just use Infinity Zoom to try and position this and use it again. Oh, that's right, it's just a corner, isn't it? So we could really put that anywhere we like. Even something like this. Maybe like that, to give a little bit of room for robots. That should be shorter pathing over all. More bad guys I don't know where these guys are actually coming from, because if you look, we have cleared out all of this. They don't respawn, so I don't know. And if they are getting to here, and there's no way through all of this area without hitting other things, why wouldn't they attack things like this first? So I don't really get it, but anyway. That's by and by. So this one, we won't be picking up that. We will go for coal. Oh, that's not the current design, is it? Damn. Let us upgrade it to the current design, or downgrade it depending on your point of view. Upgrade its UPS efficiency, at least. That's what we're doing. Right, this one. There we go. Now, you guys are going to be the new coal 5s, but maybe not just yet. We first of all have to bleed off the ones over here. So, 400, that's probably not enough actually anymore, but so basically we are just zeroing out the logistic bot requests, so that we can move the entire series of platforms over. Oops. Now I think we actually need about 700. This needs to be filled up with speed modules. Let's make this where we request the coal. We'll go for 700 over here. And yeah, as you can see, we're now getting a much shorter bot journey. This is not the most significant one of these by any stretch of the imagination. Obviously need to get a few more of these inserters out, which is easy enough. Come on. No stragglers, get the lot. There you go. 400 bots only, that doesn't seem like a lot. We'll let that play out for the moment while we come back up here. We're going to use a different rubbish stop. This one's going to have to go. Does it have any residual stuff? No, it doesn't. Alright, goodbye rubbish stop. And goodbye hashtag copper6. Goodbye this stuff. Goodbye that stuff. Hello. To good rail. Whoops. Right, you can go up there. This one can be removed. And yes, that can stay and get its access from there. Right, back to good rail. Oh, I moved at the last instance. Would you believe? Where's the undo button? Last instant, I meant, of course. You guys know that I never say what I mean. You just have to work it out for yourselves. That was clever. I've now blocked this guy off. Oh dear. Alright, never mind. Let me just... give myself an escape route. Can't laugh at yourself. Who can you laugh at? Alright. That's good. Now, we don't need this guy anymore. This will become part of our bypass. Come on, bots. You got lots of bot speed. I guess you want charge, do you? Oh no, you've got charge. I think it still helps to use the other ones for charge. Even if you have batteries. Okay. So the idea is we need to just clear this bit. What are we out of? We're out of bots being sensible. When this is out of the way, we'll be able to come through on a bit of a diagonal here. So that's kind of my intention. So with that in mind, I need to be a little bit careful how far we go with this. And while we're about it, let's get the landfill train. Landfill project bypass. And give the landfill train its marching orders because we'll need it very soon. Landfill project bypass until inventory empty. Let's go. Right, let's get some speed back on. Although speed at 42 UPS is not that fast. Okay, you guys are probably struggling to load. Is that true? Yes, it is. Okay, that's fine. What we'll do is 9.7. Okay, what I'll do is I will actually remove these as coal 5s. This is how I got rid of plastic. So I'm remove those stations. They won't go back in there. I'll drive them back out. Far enough. Actually, I needed it to go down the other path to do this properly. So I guess I will manually drive them back in again. If I drove it out here, I could just tell it to find its own way into a station, but I guess we will have to drive it this far and tell it to go to coal 5. And that one's going to drain that one. So will this get a full load? That's the question. Might do. There you go, it did. There won't be that much left though. Okay, this one can be used to drain the rest of that. Oh, no it can't, because this one's going to do it. Alright. You're not a coal 5 anymore. How much did you get? 9.6, 9.7. Very little. Okay. You're not a coal 5 anymore. So, how are we going to do this? These are all the coal 5s. The new coal 5s. Let us just, for the moment, connect those up like so. It's probably not the greatest spot for that. Maybe there. So if I can get them all to come down to here and then put them back up, that would probably work quite well. Let's just put a little safety in so that nobody else comes and disturbs our party. We're probably once again having a far too long an episode. So I guess I will wrap up what we're trying to do very shortly. In terms of this episode, and probably finish off some of the bypasses. We'll finish off this bypass, maybe, well, certainly all the landfill. So you can go to coal 5. Grab this guy, go to manual mode, and we're going to have to do a bit of this because there are certainly some mines that have far too long bot trips right now. Off you go to, oh, does that mean that the other one had a fault? It's already gone. Yeah, this should have coal weight. I don't quite know what's happened to it, but let's put it in there. So there's just one more. To move, better make sure we get onto the other side of the track. Here we go. You can go to coal 5. Let's fix this bit of track. So I see the landfill train is here. I will remove this and landfill up bunch of this, maybe even all of it, well, all of it down to somewhere around about here where the bypass will go in, and then, I mean, this is busy, but I don't really want to build yet another intersection. If I need to, I'll make it a 4-way. That's possible. But it would be okay for now. And in any event, that's all we have time for this episode. I think that's helped a little bit. What are numbers? No, that's nowhere for some reason. No iron here. It's still all congested, so we'll need all of these additions and changes. I think that goes without saying. Anyway, thanks for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you next time when we'll do the last touches to this and move on to our war on UPS. See you then, guys. Bye bye for now.